Today is Tuesday, December 1, and the third day of Advent. My name is Pastor Anthony, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from Genesis 3. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" It's Genesis 3. Verses 7 through 9. This story always reminds me that Christmas was not the first time that God came to his people. To back up even further, they say that your character is whatever spills out when you hit a bump in the road of life. Or, to say it differently and perhaps more simply, you really find out what kind of a person someone is when a bad thing happens to them. Do they get angry and shout? Do they swear? Do they blame other people? Do they pray? Do they forgive? Do they seek to make things better? Well, God's character spilled out already way back in Genesis 3. So did Adam and Eve's. We get a picture here of what kind of people all of us people are and what kind of God our God is. Because when sin first enters the world, Adam and Eve hide from God. You see, a bad thing happened to them. Not only had they disobeyed God, but they realized that God could see them and find out what had really happened. They were naked, vulnerable, and visible, so they hid. They didn't want God to know what they had done or who they were. But when God faced the same bad thing of Adam and Eve disobeying, he didn't get angry and shout, and he didn't leave Adam and Eve either. Instead, God looked for them. He went out to call for them and to find them. God came to be with them. A bad thing had happened between Adam and Eve and God. Disobedience. Sin. A sin we continue to struggle with and that continues to make us hide, or want to anyway. But God is not the kind of God to remain separate from his people. He calls to us and searches for us until he finds us. He did it way back in Genesis, and Jesus, as the Good Shepherd, continues to do the same thing even now. He searches for his lost sheep until he finds them, so that he can be with them and rejoice. On my ornament for today, then, I'm drawing a picture of the Garden of Eden and writing the words, "Where are you?" to remind me that God is always searching for me, always seeking to restore whatever has been broken between us. What will you draw or write on your ornament? Remember, you can find the PDF of blank ornaments on our website by clicking in the notes. As for a way to be the hands and feet of Jesus today, here's what I'd invite you to do. Is there a family member that you haven't talked to in a long time? An aunt, uncle, grandparent, cousin? Maybe someone closer, a brother, a sister, a parent, a child. Today's the day. Pick up the phone, send a message, reach out. And as you journey on, remember that God is with us. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.